Hey guys.
Hey.
Hey guys. Welcome to IG Live. And I think today's going to be a really good show. It's been a while. I've been traveling and gone, and these guys, y'all have been doing a really nice job. The theme of today is talking about your adjectives and doing it for a reason, and that is to find your style. And I know one of the most frustrating things for me really growing up and marrying a European was this concept that like style, either you're born with it or you're not.
I think it's such a debated topic. Like,
Right.
It's a really hot topic. It always has been, and I kind of think it always will be.
Yeah, and I think it really goes back to the point that before you can even have the discussion, you also have to debate that there actually is indeed one good style.
Mm-hmm.
And since I firmly believe that there's not one good style, that style is very much a personal expression of who you are.
Totally. I always think of like beauty is in the eye of the beholder, or like I think about how you look at art and something you might love, someone else doesn't, and I think style is the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like, how can you say there's one good style? I mean, I love Funyuns, but and clearly a lot of people would not. It's not that I've moved on from Pringles, but I'm just saying
just to
that,
be clear, at Pringles USA.
I'm just saying, obviously the world is a very diverse place. We all have diverse tastes. So really what it comes down to is, do you have the tools to express who you are on the inside, on the outside? And when you do that, I was saying earlier in my story post this morning that figuring out your style is kind of like filming something, right? Like, you know who you are and you can describe it, but if what you are on the inside doesn't match your outside, it's like a garbled film. It's like if the script and the visuals were, when you turn on a movie and if the voice is not matching
you're immediately like, I have to turn this off.
I have to turn it off. And that's how I feel when I put on clothing that doesn't match my style.
Right.
You want to turn it off and you feel like the volume has gotten totally out of whack. So what I said today's topic is going to be about is finding your adjectives, because a lot of you guys have had a struggle finding what are like the key 3 ways that you would use to describe yourself. And I relate to that struggle because as a company, I kind of didn't get it for a long time that that's what I hadn't done for Tibi in general. I had not really distilled what we were to like 3 adjectives, which you all probably know by now is chill, modern, and classic. And so a lot of you wrote and you said, what are some tools to help me get to there? And so one of the tools that I suggested was to really think about what little sayings, what quotes mean the most to you. Mm-hmm. And for some people, it might be something that's been embroidered on a pillow or whatever.
So nice.
Like hang in there with a cat. But I think if you really start looking at quotes, you will see that there are some that immediately you have a very visceral reaction to them. Mm-hmm. They mean something in your gut. And then there are others that you're like, okay, I can understand it, but it doesn't really tug at me. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to start first with the quote that I gave this morning, which was one of my favorite quotes by George Eliot. And it is, his quote is, "It is never too late to be what you might have been." If I were to modern day TikTok it, it's kind of like be the person that your dog thinks you are. I love it. Right?
Matt, break this down.
But I think that the George Eliot quote, in all seriousness, if you take it further and really unpack it, I think what it means is I relate to it because I keep wanting to push forward. I don't think I could ever just retire with my... If someone said you have to stop your closet right now today and live with it, I would equate that with not being able to move forward.
Yeah, I would definitely feel stuck. I mean, that's why we change over our closets.
Right. And so if you take that then to what your adjectives are, it's not about buying new things, and it's not about being on trend. For me, the whole concept of modernity is really, really key, because modernity is the essence of constantly moving forward. When they talk about a modern city or anything, what they're saying is it's a new city. It's a city that has taken pieces from the past and they built upon it. And it's not new for the sake of new, and it's about pushing forward. So for me, when I know that I love that quote, then it makes sense to me that modernity is one of the adjectives that I really lean into. And also, if you think about modernity being linked to the past and being having a lot of respect for heritage and learning as you grow, then you can understand why the classics really mean something.
Totally.
So I'm going to quickly relate it to what I'm wearing.
Yeah.
I'll let you talk about what you're wearing, and then I'll go change clothes. But obviously this is a nod towards the classics because you've got all of these really classic browns. But for me, to have it just be straight up neutrals is never good enough. Like, I want there to be friction. I want things to be pushed. I'm wearing the size large in the suede bomber. I wanted a size small, but we were sold out, and that's all I got was a large. No one's.
But I think the large works.
Yeah, because it all just works because it's very soft and pliable.
Makes a nice shape in the back.
Yeah, and this is a great way to do something that is quite classic, right? It's chocolate brown and it's a bomber, but you've got the pockets spaced out and this classic brown, and the whole thing all together makes it anything but just classic, and it makes it quite modern. And I want to show you real quickly before I change. I have I took this picture, and I blanked their faces out because I'm not trying to be mean at all with this picture, but I was at the train station this morning, and these two guys were standing there, and my husband was like, Amy, those guys literally have on exactly the same jacket. And they did, and I thought, this is where, like, for me, I don't want to wear something that every single person's wearing at the train station, but I get the functionality of it. It's navy, it was cold out, it's puffery, it's warm, like, the functionality has to be there, but I don't want to look the same. And so this is where, you know, when you talk about what things are important to you, I don't want to look the same as them, but it's also like I'm not going out and buying a hot pink fur bomber. It's like, how can I not look the same, but I can be present of the moment, what I deem appropriate, having utility, and being respectful. And so this is a good example of how we do that with something like the suede bomber.
Totally.
So I'm wearing a size large. I actually got a medium in the pants as well because I really liked it when I saw them on Grace.
Yeah.
In the larger size. And you guys know I never, ever, ever size up to get a relaxed look, but I did here. So I'll wear them in the regular size too. But remember, I'm Tibi, so I get I get multiple options.
Oh, and your shirt.
Oh, and then my shirt. And my shirt is the same as what you're wearing here. Yeah. And this is at drape. And this is my size. It's a size 4? 4. So size 4. And then the sandals here. And these are coming on March 29th. We'll be receiving these back. And someone asked what is the difference between buying these and the Brooks sandal, which is like the brown one with the little straps. And I feel like one of the biggest differences is that the Brook is definitely more casual, right? Like, you can't wear the brown strappy sandal to like a dressy wedding. You wouldn't do that.
Totally. I mean, I think it's really, you have to think about the pattern here. That's like that added point of interest that, you know, the Brooks has the straps, but the brown kind of browns it. The patent, even though they're neutral colors, like really makes it pop. Yeah,
and you can, so this you can wear to a wedding if you want. And then on the weekend, like, it's casual, but it's not that casual.
Right.
Where the Brook is definitely casual, but it's still very put together. This is more functionality, but I still love the Brook too. So, all right, I'll let you talk, and we can also bring in a friend.
Yeah, we can bring in a friend.
Well, there you go, and Teresa. You haven't been seen in that.
Oh my gosh. Let's talk about you.
Oh my gosh. Hi.
Guys, Teresa's back.
It's been a while.
Do you want to share what your quote was? If you have time to think of one? Oh no. Okay. So that part. Teresa's very busy.
I don't know. You're gonna ask me like a first question.
No, I'm gonna ask you what adjectives you would use to like describe yourself, and how that relates to your individual style.
As of like, you know, previously from as a stylist, you know that I love things like eclectic, I love texture, I love like combining things together and bringing like the best character of itself. Of course, it needs to make sense, and functionality is so important for me. So that's why I love Tibi. Tibi just makes sense. Like, it captures the creativeness, and also like it's so durable. Like, we have pockets.
Totally. I mean, I definitely think Teresa is really that middle point between creative and pragmatic. Like, you're the CP person. Like, but you're wearing the linen sateen jumpsuit in Carson green. I actually also have this jumpsuit, so I didn't wear it. But I honestly was like really shocked when I put it on how much more I liked it. And that just goes to show like hanger appeal and actually feeling something and touching the fabric and, you know, applying the other senses to it, like, really makes a difference. And then you are wearing it with our fall Bronson boot, which
this is the ankle length.
Oh, the ankle length, which is available for pre-order. You just click the notify me when available CTA on the website, and we are taking orders for them. But I really like how this gray and green kind of look together. I honestly wouldn't like a black or a white here. It'd be too stark. I think what we also love about this jumpsuit is that we've added these belt loops for not for the intention of wearing a belt, but simply just to give it the structure of like menswear tailoring. And there's also, you can tighten it. There's different closures to make it tighter or looser. And, you know, with the belts, we really liked the idea. You want to do it? Sure. We really liked the idea of, you know, using a belt as an accessory here, not to literally like hold up the pants. And so therefore, you know, just tying it in a different way. Do you want to turn around? And then, so, you know, kind of putting it off to the side. And then,
for this reason, to have two options available for me, I picked a size 6 over size 4. So I can make it a little more looser, or I have this option to belt it and kind of accentuate my waist. That's gonna work.
You can pull it tighter
sometimes
than
it's hard to do it for someone.
You want to pull it tighter?
Well, sometimes it's hard to do it the first time because these belts need to have, like, the great thing about a great leather belt is it really softens up over time.
Totally.
But there you go.
That's how you know they're good. That's how you know they're good.
Yeah, because you can just keep moving it and maneuvering it, and really, so, you know, you can use the belt to change the idea of the look.
Totally.
It's not about creating a waistline or
Right.
anything like that. It's just about creating different options.
Oh, we'll show the shoe one more time, guys. Again, this is the shorter length that you can go on the website now.
In pre-order.
In pre-order. Again, it's the notify me when available button that you will see underneath. I can tell you that everyone in our office already ordered them, so it's definitely going to be kind of our wear with everything for the season. All right.
Definitely.
Thanks, Teresa.
Cool.
Do you want me to share my quote?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So my quote is from the Dead Poets Society.
Yeah.
And it is when Robin Williams has all of the schoolboys surrounded him. They've all like pushed their desks in, and he says, "Carpe diem, seize the day, boys. Make your lives extraordinary." And then they all like jump up on the desks, and that just like always for me gets me going, gets me excited, whether it's like professional, personal, like especially if I'm, you know, not feeling my best or feeling down, like I always think that I need to like seize the moment and live for today.
Which is interesting. I had around 5 people submit that.
Oh, really?
As their favorite.
Oh.
And I think.
I mean, it's a popular.
Well, no, but I don't mean it in that way, because I think even when we looked at the color wheel, there's a meaning. I think when what we call our group of creative pragmatists submit that is, I think it's a very optimistic group of people.
Totally.
You know, who really believe, like, get up and own it, own yourself. Own your responsibilities and make the best of
Totally. And I think for me, you know, in terms of like presenting the person that I want to be, like I want to be more optimistic and more hopeful. So I feel like if I put that forward, I will subconsciously like become that.
Yeah.
And so I really do feel like that kind of segues to like my adjectives, which I think are, I'm very curious. I'm always, and curiosity in terms of just like learning. I always want to learn. I always, you know, want to know what's behind the mask, so to speak. Like I see a solution, but I want to know how you got there. I think like resiliency, and so again, just I think relates back to the quote, just like looking at the situation at hand and like how can you overcome it.
Yeah.
And those are my two for now, and I'll have a think of the third one.
Yeah, but I think so. I think what you talked about though was kind of that aspirational element to it, and I think, you know, if I think about some of the things that I want to project in my clothing and that I know I'm drawn to, like one of them is effortless and ease, and I think that that implies someone who's just very comfortable and a bit chill. And I know for me, like if I could change anything about me, like I would put it out, you know, a day delay on my email responses, or you know, I can get really quick to having, like, I mean, you guys may not know this about me because of the visual, like I can like get angry really quickly, and I don't like that about myself. And I think that, you know, when you are projecting this ease, then, you know, you are sending the message of who you want to be to the people around you. It's not always about this like complete bearing of the soul.
Totally.
You know, and who you want to be is okay. That's,
totally. And I think
not a fraud. It's okay.
Totally. And I think with that, actually, Reed and Allie, who's going to come out, and I were talking about this last week. Being self-aware, like, really helps you hone in on like what these adjectives are, and just, you know, know it. The fact that like you know that you might get angered easily, like you can, you know, stop that before it happens, and you can project something else, which I think, like, that's something that I honestly only gained like with time and with age. Well,
that's, I had told you guys in my stories, like I grew up with psychologists and psychiatrists all around me, and one of the things that my dad was always really big on was he was like, choose happiness. And I say that with the understanding that, okay, first of all, there are lots of chemical reactions, why that is not like the, like, okay, snap out of it. So I don't mean to imply that 100%. And I know that there are also very real situations that people are in right now where they don't have the ability to just choose happiness. But I am saying this in the way that, like, if you do believe that for the most parts of your life that you can control it, then choosing something mentally and then choosing it how you show yourself physically, when that comes together, you'll be in a really good spot.
Totally. It's like being able to, it's really being able to write your own story and tell your own narrative.
With the understanding, guys, that the world is gray, it is not black and white, and everyone's got very different circumstances.
Totally agree.
For sure.
I'm just going to share what I'm wearing, and then I'm going to pop out.
Cool.
I am wearing the soft drape shirt, which you guys know I literally wear every single week. It's a size 4. The jeans are the white Sam jeans from Resort.
What size are you wearing?
These are 24. I have cuffed the bottoms, but not by that much, probably like 3 inches. I'm also just wearing a higher heel. I added one of our new spring men's belts with it, and I really like the juxtaposition of black and brown, and I wanted like a different way to wear a button down, so I'm wearing the white racerback bodysuit from our t-shirt program, and I just tucked in the shirt to the pants, and it just feels for me like very chill, but also like I feel very calm and like centered, which is like what I've really been gravitating towards more recently.
And I think if you're wanting to replicate this look, guys, I want to go back on a quick tutorial on fits. And one of the things we've said before is the way that we look in fits is it's not about do you fit in it. It's about did you buy the look that will give you the fit that you want. And so one of the things that we have the luxury at Tibi is we can create items that have a very distinct point of view. And so what that means is when we design something, not all jeans have the exact same specifications to them. They are designed to be fit in a certain way. And if you don't want that fit, that's fine. So this 24 fits you the way that it was designed to fit.
Right.
You could fit into a 21 probably if we went
right,
down to
but
that.
this is, you know, this is hitting me at my hips.
Yeah.
This is, you know, how Amy and Tracy have designed this jean always, and that's how I want to wear it.
Yeah. So it looks great. But you can wear it super smaller. Well, you can't because the 21 doesn't exist. So
Not
go to the
yet.
new Tibi children's
I'll have to go to
line.
the kids store.
Yeah. So we'll bring out Allie. And I'm going to talk real quick about one other thing what I'm wearing. I showed you the guys at the train earlier. And this is a good example how like they were wearing the blue puffer matching jackets because of the functionality of it. But what's great is like this is a black t-shirt. A black t-shirt, and it's got tremendous functionality in it, but it also has levels of modernity, and that is really, really key for me when I'm getting dressed, is that it functions just like a basic. It looks like a basic, but it's anything but basic. So if you guys have worn the shoulder pad tees in the past, this one is a little bit similar, but we've got the shoulder pad on the outside, and it creates this interesting effect. I'm wearing a small, and I'm wearing a size 4 in the leather skirt. Someone had DM'd me to ask me if this leather skirt is different than the ones that we've done in the past. The only thing different about it was I did get a lot of feedback from the past that the overlap, that they wish that there was more of an overlap in the back. And fine, we've given more overlap. I think we added another 2 or 3 inches here. So it's really windy out today. I road tested it and I was fine. No one saw my underwear. So anyways, I'm wearing a size 4 in the black leather skirt.
Okay.
All right.
Hi.
You guys have never met Allie before.
Hi.
So Allie is our other artist in residence, and she works really closely with Byron, and she's always painting and creating things. I mean, you guys might have seen her in some of the videos. Usually you're wearing like a big paint mask on.
Yes.
Or something.
Always in the background working, doing something.
So you're wearing the patent leather jacket.
Yes, the patent leather jacket.
So
This is a size small in the light sage.
Do you like the small in you?
I do actually.
And you
it's
can
the-
scrunch it up,
Yeah.
like, yeah, if you want.
Yeah, it's comfortable.
You or not, like Matt's over there, like don't tell her what to do.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
not telling you what to do.
this is definitely the right size
Yeah.
for me. I definitely like a more oversized fit
Cool.
as well.
And then these jeans look amazing on you, so I'm gonna take your jacket off so we
Okay.
can really see the jeans. They look great. So good.
These are 27 in the double-waisted sand jean.
Yeah, and what's interesting about the double-waisted is this is your point of measurement to look at here. So you can really, like, this is where you want this to fit, like
Yeah.
right up here. And then,
Yeah, it feels really comfortable.
yeah.
Hits in all the right spots.
And it's interesting, someone wrote to me and they were like, what's with all the double-waisted stuff? Like, why, you know, Miu Miu's doing double-waisted, like everyone seems to be doing this like double-waisted thing right now. And one of the things that I explained is, you know, we never talk about trends in terms of like hot pink bunnies or things like that. It's more in terms of how we want to feel. And I think that the mood has been to feel kind of fluid and easy, but still tailored and put together. And so where that's led us to is to exploring things with more of a low rise.
Right.
But one of the challenges I always had with the low rise is I still like things to be quite straight up and down.
Right.
And I have hips, so if you do that, like, it never really worked. Like I would
Right.
see it on a model and then I would put it on. I'm like, well, I don't look as straight as I want to
Right.
look, and if I'm not straight looking, then it's ruining the vibe.
Totally.
And so what this double waist is doing is you're staying secure up here, but then the illusion here is that this is where your pants starts. But if
Right.
it really started here, it would fall off.
Right.
Like you would have nothing
Yeah,
to hold you
no.
up.
Definitely would not be.
So this actually functions as like modern day suspenders, and it's literally holding you up.
Yeah.
And then it's allowing you to have a look that is really straight up and down. So that's the functionality behind it. That's the vibe that it's giving.
I love these.
And it looks great. And then you're wearing the navy blue Brooks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, I think these are
Max?
the max.
Max,
Yes, these
yeah.
are the max. They're the
Yeah.
taller heel.
And that's like, navy blue is like the perfect color to wear with the jeans.
Yeah.
I love that.
You had commented on my 3 leather
Yes.
ensemble.
Exactly, and this is where, you know, rules don't matter, like they don't. And sometimes I tell people, like, you don't have to match your shoes to your belt, and then when I match my shoes to my belt, people are like, you're
Right.
following the rules. It's not about following the rules or not following the rules. It's about doing what you want in the time that makes sense for you. And that's what you're doing.
Yes.
You've got black leather going on the belt, you've got navy blue leather on the shoes, and then you have this interesting celery color going on.
Yes.
And so if you guys were to ask me in the schooling of 1 ton or none, this falls under a none, because it's all these like really great neutrals. Because they're all layered up nicely, my eye doesn't go to one place specifically. So it's like the ultimate none. Yay. You're a none.
I'm a nut.
You're an ultimate 0.
Woo! Right. Big.
Someone wrote to me one of their quotes, and well, one I loved, and it was from her late father, and she said, "It's not how intelligent you are, but it's what you do with your intelligence that will make you great." And I love that. And I will say, so many of the quotes that I received is this community that we've compiled here, because we didn't create you guys, but you guys all just came together, and everyone is very like-minded in their ambitions, and a lot of those ambitions are about bettering yourself. And I love that, and I think that's why when I've had a chance to meet many of you when we've done these events, I can say that we've made friendships, and I enjoy the DMs with you, and none of it's creepy. There's no like no Stan from Eminem, so, well, knock on wood. But okay, another person wrote, and she said, one of my favorites quote is, "A man's reach should exceed his grasp," or what is heaven for? And again, all about pushing yourself and not staying status quo. And I'm not going to be judgmental about other people's clothing choices, but when you meet someone who is maybe just full on bohemian or whatever, I think that they're conveying a bit of an attitude that, like, things shouldn't change. Like, I want things to be the way they were, or like, just slow down, stop everything. And I'm projecting, but the reality is that's what clothing does. It causes people to have a little bit of a reaction to what you're wearing. And so I think this is why the group that we have here, they're not all floating around in a chiffon tiered skirt. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but I can tell by these quotes that people have a very, people have a very,
you were just like so deep in thought that I just.
But people have a very specific mindset in the way that they approach things, and so what I wrote to her is, for the woman who wrote about the man should reach to exceed his grasp, is, to me, this means that you're hopeful and that you're in motion and moving forward and not happy about status quo, and to not move forward is inertia. And that is what modernity is about, the constant need to be in motion and move forward. So I hope that we're deconstructing a bit the word modernity, because I think a lot of you guys, you've been trained that, like, from Zoolander, that modern means like Kim Kardashian and the Balenciaga tape or whatever.
And
like,
we can just go back to the beginning of our conversation, like, it's different to everyone.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. Okay, all right, I'll let you talk, and I'll bring in your friend.
Okay. You guys are literally getting a sneak peek about what I'm wearing when we go to Dubai, because this is part of my suitcase. But I just literally am wearing what I was wearing before, but I put on the, like, cream ivory cocoon sweatshirt that has the sleeve detail. And I really like the white and cream juxtaposition here. I feel like it's just something that's a little bit more interesting than wearing all white. And again, it kind of has that just like chill, relaxed feel that I've been going for. And with that, Teresa
Yeah.
come on.
If I was about to go to Dubai, I would be wearing this.
Well, the only reason I say that is because like, I'm just going to be wearing the same thing all week.
Yeah, because this is a crispy cotton sweater, but it has a bit of like a dry hand. So even though you're wearing it inside like for a warm climate, it doesn't stick to your skin, which is so great. And this is a cotton pleated skirt.
In white.
Yeah.
Which I really like. Again, Teresa has not taken off these boots. We know if they go missing, we'll know where they are. But I really like this as just like a tonal, no color look. And again, you can tuck this in to with the belt to have a different detail here. And we also have this skirt in gray for the season. I think Allie is wearing it next. And yeah, great. Oh, Allie, great.
We're wearing this.
You're wearing the same thing.
Yeah.
But I'm not mad.
Yeah.
Literally the same thing. But Allie is wearing the gray version with the gray bodysuit. But I really like that it's like a charcoal gray with like a blue undertone, and then it's a heather gray. So the boots are picking up the undertones in the skirt, and the jacket is too. I mean, you just look like very casual, but also really put together. Yeah. Do you have anything to add?
Yeah, I was just definitely like playing off of the gray blue kind of story here. Oh, closer. This is I'm new to this.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's all about learning.
So I wanted to add the blue for like a little bit of a pop of color because it's so neutral with like the classic denim and the dark stone cotton skirt.
Sizes.
What?
Sizes.
Oh, sizes. This is a size 4 skirt. I'm wearing a small in the bodysuit, and I think this is a small in the jacket.
How tall are you?
This is a medium jacket.
A medium.
And
I'm
tall are you?
5'5".
Great.
Yeah. And these are the Bronson boots for fall.
And these are the higher, oh no, these are
those are
also the
bottoms.
short ones. We also have all of these in a higher version that you can see on the sites. Yeah. Oh, and then I feel like you're just in the same collection.
We are in the same
We've
collection.
literally just have the same collection coming out. This is nice.
Yeah.
But
We're going to the same party.
But let me say too, I think this is where it's important that each season that we do is a development on your own closet.
Totally.
Because you can tell, like, I would definitely go into those boots later on and keep evolving this, like,
Totally.
this story so that it all just, like, piles nicely onto each other.
We look good together.
Good outfit. Grab a friend and buy both.
You should be a couple.
Okay.
And I don't hate my sleeves coming out. This
I
one-
don't hate you're giving me like Lords of Dogtown Skater Boy, but I'm into it.
Yes, I look at me and think Skater Boy all the time.
No, that's why I said it's my reference for just like the with
Yeah.
you know the skirt like a little low slung.
Well, and this is what, when we were talking about like the vibe that this double waistband can do, what I love about it is my sweater's tucked into here, but here it looks like I've got on the ultimate straight
Totally.
skirt. And this this woman sent me, I didn't ask her permission to show the before and after, so I won't, but she sent me a picture of her favorite denim skirt, and she's like, this is a denim skirt that I bought 15 years ago, and it's the only denim skirt I've ever bought because I thought that it made me like look my best. And she's like, but holy shit. And she bought this one.
And it's like
Yeah, and she had she was more pear-shaped, which I don't like using the fruits and vegetables, but she had the same dilemma as me, where I've always wanted to be able to achieve that really straight look.
Totally.
And you can get that because from this way, you don't even know that I've got this.
Exactly. And then it just looks like super classic tailored.
Right.
Straight down.
Because you're looking at it, you're like, how is that?
Right, and
up?
so it's like super long and lean, like your eye just goes up from top to bottom. But then with the higher version here, like there's so much to work. There's so much to work with this skirt.
And what's good too, like even with this, this is the cutout sweater here, and it's nice too because it's so lightweight that it really is like a nice summer weight.
Totally.
And I mean, so we're headed to Dubai on Saturday, and I'll take this with me. If this were in Dubai in July, it would be sticky.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, but this would be super sticky.
I think I'm wearing.
I think we're gonna have a lot of the same.
I think we're all gonna be wearing the same thing.
I think yours will be a little bit smaller than mine. But this is the good shirt. I'm going to post when we do the delayering story this week. Reed, our photographer, was wearing this shirt this week. So this is one that all the guys love.
Matt, do you want to try it on?
Actually, Matt, you come out and you can tell your quote. So you guys know Matt, the social guy.
The social guy.
Hey guys, it's Matt, the social guy.
And say your quote.
Yeah, so they were talking a lot about hope and aspirations, and it reminded me of this quote from Alain de Botton's book on love. I believe it's the first line, which is that every fall into love involves the triumph of hope over knowledge. And I was thinking about all the DMs that Amy gets about people who were sort of stuck in this sort of fashion rut, and maybe they were going off of like these preconceived notions of what their dressing had to look like, and then they were listening to all the talk on creative pragmatism and made this jump that sort of helped them find who they were in their clothes. And that's that hope, I think, for me in that quote, if we're going away from
that was so soulful.
So poignant.
Wow, I think you just gained a lot of followers for now.
But that's so true, and I think, and obviously even beyond clothing and style, I think it's very appropriate in the world, always, and maybe just more highlighted over the last few years. So, thank you for that. Thanks. All right, wow,
Cool.
we hire very deep people here. Seriously.
I mean, that was extremely like philosophical. I'm not gonna.
No, and I appreciate that. And again, you guys, I just don't think it's a coincidence that this is kind of the community that's come together here. And you know, we are going to be in Dubai. We are doing some things with Bloomingdale's in Dubai, and then with that concept store, we will be filming it. We're doing it's not a TED Talk, but it'll be almost like a TED Talk type thing, and then kind of meet and greets. But I think that what the interesting thing that has occurred at a couple of these events that we've done already is that the people who've attended, they've looked around and they've said, I really wish that I had a community of friends like this that I knew, because there are not many chances in life where you get to build new friendships, right? High school, maybe college, maybe your first job. When you have kids, it's your first school that you attend.
Right.
And then you kind of shut down, and that's like...
I was reading something about this the other day, about like making, like, in your late 20s, early 30s, 40s, like, are you willing to make new, do you want new friends?
Do you want new friends? And I think that the conversation happens because it's hard to find new friends, because your friends become dictated on whether or not you've given birth, where you worked, what your zip code is.
Yeah.
Right? Like 3 things. And so, and not by any of those choices are they ones where you would be selecting people based on, what's your favorite quote? You know, like...
Which now, like, I kind of want to do that.
Right, because I think it makes sense that this is how you find people that you relate to. And it's not to say that I don't not relate to other friends in my circle, but there is an unbelievable joy in building a relationship with someone who really you connect with on so many different levels. And so the answer to what I wanted to tell the people when they looked around them and they were like, I should find a circle of friends like this, and they come to these creative pragmatists event. At the one event, the last event that we were at, they actually exchanged numbers.
Which is amazing.
They were like, well, wait a minute, why aren't we all
because it's really
going out?
It's really a community that we're fostering, and just showing that what creative pragmatism looks like around the world on a smaller scale, and we all have, you know, a shared mindset.
Yeah. And I was speaking with that lovely woman, Yasmin, that owns Schnee Weiss and Rot, and I love their store. And you guys, we're going to do some amazing stuff with Schnee Weiss in the summertime to really allow the Europeans to shop more. And she was saying too, like, it doesn't matter that she's in Austria and that, you know, I'm speaking daily with women in Vietnam and Singapore, and then we have Yusra, who is going to be joining us she lives in Geneva, but she's going to be joining us in the Middle East and really helping us
like really navigate
customs,
like that,
and
in terms of everything from like physically going through things, but also just
making sure that we're mindful. I don't want to
we want to be respectful, and I mean, I'm very excited that she will be with us.
It's going to be wonderful. So we'll take lots of pictures and give you guys lots of info while we're there. Do we have any more outfits? Oh, we do.
People will also want to know what size.
Oh, so I'm wearing the size 27 in the skirt, and I'm wearing the small in the sweater. If I take out the sweater, this is the length of the sweater so that you can see how long it is. And if this is not in your comfort zone, obviously I could have sized down to an extra small. And then I'm wearing a cream colored bra, so you can see the level of sheerness here. If I were wearing a nude bra, whatever nude matches your skin tone, then you got no problems with that showing through. And do I have any more models?
Oh, I'm sorry, they're changing shoes.
Oh, Sarah nicks their shoes. So you know what I'm going to do while she's doing that is I'm going to read you some of the other quotes, and you'll see like how aligned we all are. An eye for an eye only ends up in making the world blind. That's Mahatma Gandhi. And then this is one of my favorite quotes as well, and I think goes back into like the work ethic and everything here, is well done is better than well said. And that was Benjamin Franklin. And you guys know I am just fanatical about walking the walk and the cheapness of just talking the talk. So I love this quote by Benjamin Franklin. And he wrote it before Instagram and tweeting. So there you go. I find it very, very poignant, important, especially in today's world. All right, so we've got some more looks coming out. So you're wearing the black leather here.
Yes.
And this, guys, has a little bit of a higher waist on it. This is the Brancusi body, but with a higher waist. So you've got the longer rise here. This looks, I love this. You love it, right? It's really, really great. So we did a similar leather pant 2 years ago, and it had the wider band at the bottom. This does not have the band. It's got the Brancusi finishing on the side. And you are wearing it with the new Rudolph flat. And I love this flat. Guys, I tell you, I take between a 39.5 and a 40 size on your lower end on these, on the Rudolph. And if you buy the Pablo size on the lower size, okay, because the opening, it's open in the back, and you can tighten this to a level that gives you support so it doesn't pop up, but just size on the lower side, okay? So for me, it's when you got like something that is pointed and fully enclosed, although the Godfrey did run a little bit smaller. Like I was definitely a 40 in the Godfrey. But size on your lower end for the Pablo and for the Rudolph. That looks so good though.
I
They
know.
look great.
I think I need this outfit.
Yeah, it looks really great.
My top is size 4, it was small.
You're wearing a size 6
Oh,
in the
6.
top. Yeah.
Oh,
And remember guys, a size small fits a size 4 and a 6.
Yeah.
So you can see this is hitting you exactly on the shoulders where it's meant to, and that's what gives that ease.
Yeah, I
If
don't
you
mind
were
it
to,
at all.
yeah, because if you were to be a size smaller, what would happen is you're going to be up higher on the armhole. This would come in a little bit more, and then you're going to pull a little bit more through there.
Right.
So I think this is that ease. We also, when people talk about the coincidence of trends happening right now, there's also been a lot of cowl necks happening and a lot of boat necks happening. And I think that is just a way of giving a visual interest and difference in what's been out there. Because a lot of us, like I do, we still love like a regular curved high neck. But this feels different and it's interesting. And also the cowl is a little bit asymmetrical. I'm not a fan of like that droopy cowl neck.
Oh yeah, when it goes like that,
Yeah,
it looks
can-
a little outdated.
Yeah, and I feel like if you're working the outdatedness and an irony, then that's one thing.
Right.
But I can feel, for me, I feel too mature in it.
Right.
I think you can, anyway, I feel too mature in it. And then what do you have on underneath that?
This is a tank from our
For
spray.
the summer.
From the
Yeah.
summer.
So you can just show the color. So this is one, guys, where like you don't have to really overthink what's happening underneath. I love a bathing suit. You know, I love Malia Mills. I bought last night some different little bikini tops from Skims because I want to see how those brighter colors that they have online work. And then you're just wearing a tank underneath.
Yeah,
it,
so it's kind of contrasty, which I don't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be like matching black
Yeah.
per se.
No, I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right, so let's let Allie come back in. And Sarah, why don't you chat about Allie, because I'm going to go change into one other outfit real quick. Okay, cool.
Hey guys. So Allie's literally wearing my favorite dress.
My favorite dress too.
A lot of people's favorite dress. Wait, move closer so people can see the pockets. So obviously, like that's a home run right there. This is the navy colorway. It also comes in a like chocolate brown, but it also came in black when we launched it for winter capsule. And so it's definitely our like go-to for everything, anything dress. I honestly feel like you could wear it to something like more casual with a loafer and a tight and a sweater, or like really glammed up. But you're wearing it right now with the boot of the moment. And I, really love this blue on blue. Again, we're really feeling these like all tonal colors, like the gray and the blue, the green, white, and gray. And yeah, I mean, nothing more to say.
Yeah, definitely just like easy, like kind of go anywhere in this outfit.
Totally. And I feel like, so it is corseted on the inside for those of you thinking that like it might fall down. It won't. So having that structure honestly like kind of makes your posture better because you feel confident that everything is situated.
Yeah, I feel secure in here.
And
this is a size 6.
This is a size 6.
Yeah.
And we love it.
Oh, you have a little deer on your arm.
It's a lamb.
It's a lamb.
Oh. So you won't be wearing the lamb leather jacket?
I definitely will be wearing the lamb leather.
Okay. Again, color story wise, I want to say
We coordinated.
coordinating, looking good here.
Yes.
All right. So we're going to end on this. So
Okay.
this is the Sateen
Culotte.
culotte, right? And for those of you who may be familiar, we have done a similar style a few years ago, and this one is just a little eased out here. It comes with a matching top, which I love because when you wear it with the top, it gives.
You just feel put together immediately.
Well, and it's a good option to have like something that actually is really dressy and plays
Totally.
a different role. And what I want to show you here, option-wise, with the tops, is when you take like this top and you want to give a little more breathing room here, you don't feel like tucking it in, you want to give more breathing room, is you just knot it in the back.
Mm-hmm.
And so what that does is, sometimes like if I were like this, that's like just kind of sloppy.
Yeah,
Right?
because the shirt doesn't have the structure
Yeah.
that like a traditional Oxford or cotton poplin would have.
So what's interesting is when you do this, you see a little bit more of what's going on. So you just want to pull it in the back, and then I'm going to
It's a little tail.
knot it like this, and then pull it through. Okay? So just like that, and voila.
There you go.
Okay.
Promo interruption.
Promo.
A word from our sponsors.
Word from our sponsors. We're going to Dubai, guys, next week.
So
That was it. That was.
Byron
This
just
is the
got
big news. We
amazing.
made these t-shirts.
They're nice.
They're really good.
They're really cute.
There's one
Yeah.
of them. The colors are really nice.
Follow our trip. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, so we got the global tour here.
Yeah, so we basically, talked about community and how we really think creative pragmatism is something that exists worldwide. And so we are going to Dubai, which is one of our largest growing markets, and we are going to
Be joined by Yusra.
be joined
one of
by
our
Yusra,
close friends,
and
so
really
it's great.
see, a day in the life of, a creative pragmatist on a more local scale in Dubai. And this is just the first
so
stop.
good. Let them
Oh, yeah.
shut it
I
up.
like that
Hey
you
guys,
it.
thank you so much for all the recommendations you gave us. We're really
Oh, yeah.
doing so many of them. You guys were like,
I was told there's
Give
a
us
camel
really
ride.
great. yeah, camels are good.
Yeah, so we have quite a few places that we are going to be traveling to.
And then later on today, I'm going to give you the contact points at that concept store and at Bloomies Dubai if you want to make arrangements to attend any of the events. We really hope to see you guys there, and have a wonderful week.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.